It looks like Jessica's dream of being a witch in the movie Hocus Pocus has come true. You are just beyond cute. You're spooky cute. But now you're cleaning the sidewalk? You're unbelievable gorgeous.
Wherever I come, bad luck just comes my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.
First found out about this Hocus Pocus location from an Instagram account called All About Los Angeles. And I wanted to come down and do a video on this. But I started doing more research and I found out that a lot of the movie Hocus Pocus was filmed here in California. Our plan today, aside from visiting the Devil's House from Hocus Pocus, is to visit as many of the filming locations as we can. And I'm hoping, if you're a fan of the movie and you're a fan of Hollywood movie magic, we just might blow your mind, because doing research on this, I had no clue that Hocus Pocus was filmed here. Now this is really blowing my mind. I always thought that Hocus Pocus was filmed entirely in Salem, but here in Whittier, California, this street, the bus carrying the Sanderson sisters would have pulled right up this street and dropped the Sanderson sisters off right in front of this house.
I smell children.
Now before I go ahead and start lining up shots and talking about it, just gonna say it, this was the Devil's House. Well, what the Sanderson sisters thought was the devil. They get off the bus and they're standing right here on this sidewalk, and they smell children, but they can't see them because they're all wearing Halloween costumes.
What is this, sisters? Odds bodikins.
Farewell, mortal bus boy.
Trick-or-treating, kids come walking right down this walkway right there, including a little girl who's dressed as an angel, and she turns to the Sanderson sisters and bless you, and they start screaming.
What are those? What's that? Who's that?
The hobgoblin.
Oh. Bless you.
They just about lose it when right over here on the front steps, the devil starts laughing, and they turn around and they're so excited to see him, and they call out, Master. Even though a lot has changed, a lot still looks the same, like this fence here, which can be seen very clearly in this comical little scene in front of the house with a broom.
Wow, a neat broom.
And the little kids fly off. They're the ones that find the brooms, because the Sanderson sisters leave their brooms right here in this exact spot when they go inside the Devil's House.
Wow, neat broom.
And what's really cool about this, everything matches up. The doorway, the stained glass, the windows. And if you pay close attention, the number 6536 is the actual house number. And it's seen in the movie. It's still here. And to end the scene, the Sanderson sisters are basically chased out of the house by the little hound of hell, the dog dressed in the devil's costume, and they get to right about here, and they realize that their brooms have been stolen.
My broom.
We know it's stolen by kids. They don't. And they continue walking on down this way. Mary's eating a candy bar, and she says, wait a second. This is a chocolate-covered finger of a man named Clark.
It's candy.
It is candy. Now, the white picket fence used to come all the way down to here, and the Sanderson sisters stop right in front of this house, They pull the mask off of one of the kids because they realize that they aren't hobgoblins. Instead, it's Halloween.
When you can run amok, 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 amok.
Perfect. How come you don't have an Oscar yet?
I'm shy.
All right here. How cool is this? It looks like Jessica's dream of being a witch in the movie Hocus Pocus has come true. You are just beyond cute. You're spooky cute. But now you're cleaning the sidewalk? You're unbelievable gorgeous. There's another scene that they filmed here on the street here in Whittier, California. A very, very small scene, and it wasn't that far from the house. It's actually 2 doors down. There's another white, I wouldn't call it a picket fence. It looks like it's more of a wrought iron fence. Jessica's leading the way in the best witchy way possible. But this house right here, let's walk right up to the front gate. Now there's a very quick scene that happens right here. The scene that they filmed at this house happens so quickly that if you blink, you can miss it. But at the very beginning of the night when Max and Danny were going trick-or-treating, you see this house, and right there at the base of those steps, a skeleton prop pops up at the camera as trick-or-treaters walk off the porch down to where we are standing right here. Very quick scene. Now don't get me wrong, again, most of the movie Hocus Pocus was filmed in Salem, but a lot of the scenes were filmed here in California. And talk about complete movie magic, how they intertwined the different scenes between Salem and California, complete opposite ends of the country. And they did it so seamlessly that until we started doing research on this movie, I had no clue. The next location on our Hocus Pocus California filming locations tour brings us to East Whittier Middle School. Now here's the funny thing about this. Most of the exteriors for Hocus Pocus were filmed over on the East Coast in Salem, but all the interiors, the majority of the interiors were filmed here in California, probably because it was a lot easier to get the actors on there. This school, even though it's a middle school, in the movie it acted as the high school that Max went to. I'm going to show you where the classroom is. You can't get inside, but I'm telling you right now, you can line up everything just by looking out the window. You got to look a little close for this one, but it's all there. Honestly, I'm a little surprised at how easy it was to recognize different scenes as soon as we pulled up on property. Now, the interiors of the classroom where Max was talking about how he doesn't believe in Halloween and that it was a holiday created by the candy companies. Those interior shots were done at this school. Exteriors, Salem. Interiors, here in California. Now, if you look at this building right here, you see those windows? Pay close attention to them because in the classroom, you can see those exact windows. The panes match up, everything matches up. But I don't think that this portion of the school is where they filmed Max's classroom scene. Now, if we turn and we look over this way, you start seeing those archways. Now, you really have to look very closely. In the classroom scene, look out one of the windows and you can see the arches at the top of those little cubbies there.
And so, the Sanderson sisters were hanged by the Salem townfolk. Now, there are those who say that on Halloween night, a black cat still guards the old Sanderson house.
There's no way that we're going to be getting inside that classroom, but just standing outside knowing that it's there, it's pretty wild. Got to get on the road. We've got a couple more filming locations from Hocus Pocus that we want to visit, and one of them is going to completely blow your mind when you realize what it is. Right now we find ourselves in MacArthur Park. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm sure you can hear it. There's some crazy music happening. Jessica's having a good time dancing below this purple tree. I love these purple trees. They just started blooming here in Los Angeles. I don't know what these purple trees are called, but they're gorgeous. You having a blast? So that's going on over there. We've come here to visit this building. Here in Los Angeles, it's called the Macarthur Building, and it is insanely gorgeous. This building is beyond beautiful, and it's massive. And if you look very closely, you can see these larger-than-life statues along the roof of it, including all the way up there at the very tippy top. Now, like I said, this place is called the Macarthur Building, and inside this building, inside what's known as the Elk Room, is where they filmed the interior scenes of the Halloween party. You know the scene I'm talking about, where the Sanderson sisters come and they crash the Halloween party and they start singing "I Put a Spell on You." That all happened here. Well, the interiors did. The exteriors, just like the rest of the movie, was filmed in Salem.
Will everybody listen up, please?
No, you're just getting everybody worked up.
Your kids are in danger.
I don't think we're going to be able to get inside this building because there's so much construction going on, but we're going to go ahead and try. It is massive and it is beautiful. You're going to see what I mean when we get over here. Yeah, oh my gosh. The doors themselves are absolutely beautiful. So it looks like they've been gutting it. We drove around the block to see, and a lot of the windows have been completely gutted. Hopefully they're just restoring it and not tearing it down. Wow. Can you see anything in there, baby ghoul?
Everything's covered with white plastic tarp, like they're maybe painting the interior. So fingers crossed that they're not going to get rid of this building. They're just painting it. So maybe they're bringing something back. I would love that.
The next place on our Hocus Pocus tour is a little hard to get to, but you can kind of see it. It's the house that's just beyond the trees. You can see it kind of poking up. See that little turret? I guess you would call it that. There's no way to get anywhere close to this house except for this back road. But this is the doozy. I gotta walk back there and see if anybody's home. It's a beautiful gate. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh. This place is beautiful. Talk about property. This is it. Walking up to the house, you may recognize it from the movie Scream 2. It's up there, right on that balcony, where Ghostface stabbed Sarah Michelle Gellar and threw her over the balcony. How crazy cool is that? That's beautiful. I know I'm just talking about the movie Scream 2, but here's the weird connection between Hocus Pocus, Scream 2, and Catch Me If You Can. All three of those movies filmed inside this house. This was the interior for Allisons House from Hocus Pocus. And get this, all three of these movies, Hocus Pocus, Scream 2, and Catch Me If You Can, all used the same staircase right inside the front door. And it all matches up. It's like they never changed it at all. Again, a perfect example of not knowing what's in your own backyard. Thank you guys for joining us on another adventure, this time into the world of Hocus Pocus. And as always, happy Halloween.
Wherever I come, bad luck is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.